Shalom and welcome to another edition of The Way of the Most High. Thank you for stopping by the channel. And today we're just going to have a message of inspiration, I hope, based upon a book by Frank Odia, When All You Have Is Hope. I wanted to start my message out with encouraging you all to have for yourself a prayer journal if you don't already. And in the front of my prayer journal, I've kept this text that often inspires me for prayer, which is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 7. Just take a real quick look at that. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 7. Ki mi gui gadol, for which nation that is great, asher lu has with them Elohim, the mighty one, Karabim in their midst, Alayu YaHUAH, like Yahuwah, our mighty one, the Most High, Eloheinu, our mighty one, Bekol Karanu, in all that is called upon him, Alayu. All right, so today's message is when all you have is hope. And it kind of builds off of what I just presented to you from Deuteronomy 4:7, that we have a hope in our Creator. And sometimes you might feel like you're destitute, or you're not going to accomplish anything. Just like to turn to page 20 of this book by Frank Odia. My conviction was that I was doomed to failure and I would never amount to anything. And so this is when he was at his lowest on the street. He's a Canadian, so for those of you who are Canadians, you might be able to relate to his experiences on Jarvis Street in Toronto. And, this is a story that inspires us that no matter what your background is, even if you're on the streets, in addiction to alcohol or other addictions that may be ruining your life, that you can rise from the very bottom, to become a co-founder of Second Cup. He was also founder of a company called ProShred that shredded documents, another very popular company. We'll get to that a bit later, but I just wanted to encourage you all that if you don't exactly have a prayer journal as of yet, it's a very, very great idea to have one. And just begin to write out your vision, your thoughts to the Creator, and you'll be amazed at the kinds of answers that you come up with. And you'll look back on it like a week later and see, oh, this is what the Creator's done for me. And this is part of the book. I had been incorporating this in my life a long time ago. But midway through the book, page 144, he goes to this retreat run by a person named Father Bill. And this retreat, he's talking to Father Bill, and it says, "The Creator doesn't have a telephone that I know of," Father Bill smiled, "but you can always write him a letter." And that's exactly it. And so he goes and he writes this letter to the Creator, and at the end of it he scribbles, page 145, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me?" in the words of the Creator. And that's a hard thing when you feel like you don't have hope, or you're reaching out for hope, and you're wondering, what's the plan for my life here? What's the vision? Where do I go from here? And it's really hard to trust in the Creator when all you see ahead of you is darkness, or you feel like giving up, or like you're not going to accomplish anything. You're not going to make a difference. And so he writes that. And it reminded him in the morning when he woke up of where he had come to. He says, I had no reason to fear failure or doubt myself or feel any sense of loss or resentment. No matter what has happened in my life, what kind of anxiousness or emotional turmoil I'm going through, those words return. Do you trust me? And so I think trusting in the Creator is very important, and having a prayer journal can help you with that. After he rises from the streets to becoming involved in businesses like Second Cup and ProShred, all throughout the book he's talking about his political involvements, and very interesting ideas on Canadian politics as well. A lot of it which I agree with, that Canadian government will give you this idea that, okay, this is what we're going to do, and then they don't follow through on it. And he gives a number of experiences about that. One of them is very significant in dealing with Sudan. And he joins with a couple of animators that go to Sudan and create this animation about how to be careful, as these children are being exploited sexually and economically. And so he gets involved with that, and he does some really great work. Two of the films were called Karate Kids and Gold Tooth, produced by SKI. So he does some work there, some humanitarian work. A lot of it is similar to the movie Blood Diamond, based on Sierra Leone and the diamond things that are happening down there, which are atrocities, of course. Then he goes into the Convention on the Prohibition of the Use, Stockpiling, Production, and Transfer of Anti-Personnel Mines and on their destruction. This took place in 1997. It was about getting rid of mines and the destruction that they caused to their victims. So clearing the mines and the destroying of mines and stockpiles. More than 120 governments signed this treaty and have been involved in getting rid of mines. So it's a very inspirational book, and I just wanted to encourage you all to pray to the Creator, have a prayer journal, and never lose hope. Even if all we have is hope, that is enough. And the Creator just wants us to trust in Him. And so I encourage you all to read through the Torah, the 5 scrolls or writings of Moses, and just direct your prayers and your face towards the Creator, and may He prosper you in all of your ways as we seek to follow Him and live according to His ways. So I pray that this message has been inspiring to you, and again, that He'll prosper us and be exalted in our everyday lives for His name's sake. So shalom for now, and be encouraged, be well, and move on in expectation and hope in the Creator, YaHUAH Most High, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yisrael, the Mighty One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom.